1994, but was recovered 3 months later. Well,
pinching pennies tonight. One New York family is pinching themselves after discovering they're sitting pretty on a coin worth at least $400,000. Experts at the World's Fair of Money in Pittsburgh this weekend say the coin is a rare 1792 American copper penny like the one you're looking at right there. There are just 9 other coins like it in the whole wide world. The owners are descendants of Oliver Wolcott. You guys know who he is?
Well, it says right there.
That's right. He signed the Declaration of Independence. He was one of the many who signed it. He's also a former governor of Connecticut back in 1790s. The family found the coin 30 years ago rattling around in an old tobacco can where their grandfather kept about a dozen old coins.
How come I couldn't find a coin like that?
How about all of us? Yeah.
I have a 1952 penny that Liberty is spelt wrong.
Is that right?
How much is that one?
In a daring armed robbery. Details coming up.
And it has been too long.
Norway. Authorities say 2 or 3 armed masked men burst into the Munch Museum in Oslo in broad daylight and took the paintings as visitors watched. Both works are by Edvard Munch, including his masterpiece, The Scream. A photo taken by a witness outside the museum appears to show the robbers walking to a getaway car with the paintings in hand.
He went towards the Madonna painting and he grabbed that off the wall, and he started banging it against the wall and against the ground, I guess because the gray strings weren't breaking off for him. And then he kind of looked confused as to what to do next. He then saw the Scream and ran towards that and grabbed that off the wall.
The thieves later ditched the getaway car and the frames, not the paintings, however. A version of Munch's famed The Scream was stolen once before, about 10 years ago, but it was recovered 3 months later.
Tonight, federal authorities
Most paintings in the world stolen in a brazen heist in broad daylight. As ABC's Mike Lee reports, armed bandits burst into an Oslo, Norway museum, tearing the masterpiece and another painting right off the wall.
Photographed by a passerby, 3 thieves rushing away from the museum and loading the stolen masterpieces into their getaway car. The Scream, the most famous of the 2 paintings, is one of 4 versions of a scene painted in 1893 by the Norwegian artist Edvard Munch.
I saw a bunch of people running and scurrying, and I saw a woman get down on her hands and knees and like she was going to pray.
There was a man coming forward with a black guard over his mouth and nose,
Brandishing a revolver, pointing it at all different directions.
A witness said one of the thieves put a gun right behind a museum guard's head as they searched for the paintings.
He then saw the Scream and ran towards that and grabbed that off the wall, and then he started rushing out the front and we started rushing out the back.
The getaway car was later found abandoned. The paintings had been ripped from their frames.
Degas and others, now estimated to be worth $500 million.
To have art of that quality taken and never to be seen, never to be appreciated,